Being a black belt has many different meanings depending on who you ask. The most common misconception is that black belts are aggressive and really strong and go around beating people up. This is not true. Black belts will use discipline, and they will not use their abilities to harm other people, only to defend themselves or another person. A black belt will know their own strength and how best to use it. They do not have to be super powerful and really buff. I hope by the end of this presentation I have positively altered your previous opinions about black belts. Some misconceptions are that ninja movies and things like that relate to Taekwondo. This is not true. In Taekwondo, you learn jump kicks, but you cannot fly. Another misconception is that black belts go around breaking boards. This is not true. Breaking boards is only an exercise to help you build your strength, aim, and know your own abilities. When breaking boards, you have to be able to use the right amount of power and learn to go through your target, because if you just stop when hitting a board, you're going to break whatever appendage you try to use to break the board. This leads us into sparring. When you're sparring, you don't want to just tap your opponent, because, okay, you can aim, but that doesn't do any good. You're not going to be defending yourself, and your opponent, if you're sparring class, will not benefit from this either. You have to use control. If you don't use control, you might seriously hurt your opponent. And if you're in class, you don't want to harm your fellow classmates. You do, however, have to learn to spar efficiently. If you do not, you're going to be running off muscle memory, and when someone attacks you on the street, you're not going to know how to defend yourself. This is not a game. Taekwondo is very dangerous. If used without respect or control, someone will be hurt seriously. There are many moves that you should use and will benefit you greatly on the street that by no means should you ever use in class or competition. Examples would be kicks to the knee, breaking elbows, kicks, punches, or chops to the throat, to the face, and even kicks to the back. As a white belt, you have the utmost respect for all belts ranking above you, but you still don't often realize that there are degrees of black belts. Later on, you'll start to learn more, and then probably about blue belt, you'll realize that there are degrees of black belts, and you'll notice how each level builds on the other one. In Taekwondo, it's a learning experience. Even as a master, you learn while you're teaching. The right mindset is very important. The thing that separates a black belt from any other person is their mindset. Once you reach your first degree black belt, you have learned how to learn. If you don't know your skills by the time you reach your first degree black belt, you can't build on your previous information. Martial arts are not called arts for nothing. They're not sports or a way to exercise. You put your life in the hands of whatever martial arts you decide to study. It's how you're going to defend yourself when someone attacks you. Martial arts are not just when you're training either. You're a martial artist for life, whatever you study. Practice and training are very different. Sometimes people don't notice this. Practicing is what you do from whenever you start as a white belt through the rest of your life. Training is just a couple of hours in class every day. By the time you've reached your first degree black belt, you should be a better person. If you are not, there's something seriously wrong, because Taekwondo is not only defending yourself, it builds character, it develops your personality, and you learn to be a better person. This quote, I believe, expresses this point very well. The ultimate aim of karate lies not in victory or defeat, but in the perfection of the character of its participants. Qualities of a black belt should be self-respect, self-control, discipline, respect for others, control inside and outside of the dojo, understanding that more is going to be expected of you. You should have confidence but not arrogance. You should be humble and honest. You should be patient. You should never give up. And most importantly, you should only use your abilities as a last resort, because it's not a game. It's far too dangerous. Thank you.